There are 5 key decisions that determine whether your book actually gets discovered or disappears completely. And I'm going to help you fix that. Your metadata is your marketing when you're not in the room. For example, you see a category like fiction, thriller, mystery. Those categories are saturated. There's up to 1,000 books a day that gets published on some of these sites worldwide. And you need to rise above that. So what works instead? Ironically, it's actually picking narrow subgenres. So reader-specific niches, categories where competition is weaker, but intent is higher. This is the place where positioning matters more than writing quality. If you can get to your book to the right reader, you're going to have sales. So most authors build keywords on themes, but a lot of readers, what they may search is small town mystery. What you want to do is actually use the keywords that readers would often search for books to match yours. That's when you get discovered. So what you're trying to do is translate a reader's search behavior into discoverability and integrate that into your keywords, descriptions, and so on. So when a reader types it in, you become one of the ones at the top. Your description. It's not a summary, it is a filter. A weak description just simply tells the story. But what you want to do is establish tone to signal genre expectations, to create curiosity without resolution. So you want to drop enough breadcrumbs, and you want to evoke a feeling if possible, so that they are more interested in leveraging your book. Now, if you simply just tell the story, something like the show don't tell, it gives them no mystery. It gives them no sense that this is a book they want to read. And the only way they're going to fill that gap is to actually buy your book and figure it out. A street team changes that dynamic entirely. And you don't need a lot of people. Even just 5 to 10 people could be enough. What a street team does are these things. All very critical for what you need to get your book published and noticed. Don't ask them I need you to do it and give me praise. What you want to do is authenticity. Because readers, when they look on your site and they see authentic reviews, they're more apt to purchase your book than it's simply just all 5 out of 5s. Most people don't believe that. Without early readers, your book launches into a vacuum, and algorithms interpret that silence as irrelevance, and they won't even promote you, and you're going to get that really flat line or no sales, which can really hurt. Now we're getting to the point where something is changing. You're no longer just someone who formatted a book. You're making decisions that will determine how your book will exist in the market, who sees it, where it appears, and how long it stays visible. This is where you stop thinking like a writer finishing a manuscript and more like a marketer of a publishing house. So where you publish determines where you can grow. This is where authors can accidentally limit their entire publishing future. Distribution is not simply uploading to one site. It is deciding your book's entire ecosystem. So Amazon KDP, obviously there's fastest to market, strong internal discovery. Very good points here of how that can be a really good site for you. For me, that's roughly about 80% of my sales, 20% of my sales from others. That tends to be mirrored by other authors. Everyone's different, but that's something to consider. If you put all your effort to Amazon, you're missing that other 20%. And potentially, depending on your type of book or genre, maybe one of those other print-on-demand sites will be better for you. You don't know yet. So why limit yourself? If you want a career, these are important choices you need to make. Ingram's another really good option if you want to do print, libraries, and bookstores, but it adds a lot of extra work. ISBN strategy. It seems simple. It seems that's just a quick decision. I can move on from it, but it has really serious consequences. An ISBN is your book's identity in the global publishing system. It includes these 3 things. And sure, you can get a free ISBN out of any of the platforms they would provide. Now they become the publisher of record. And yes, while it's fast and simple, what you're doing is you're tying your book to that platform moving forward. And do you want to do that? But when you own the ISBN, you're giving yourself choices downstream. And I think those are critical. If you choose incorrectly here, you don't lose your book, but you can limit where that specific edition can ever be distributed. So be careful. Print versus digital. Oftentimes, authors can just choose to publish the digital first and then go into print. You certainly can do that. I've done mine at the same time. But again, it depends on how much time and effort you have and what your marketing strategy is. Books don't live on stores alone. They live where readers gather. Goodreads is another great way to start launching yourself as an author, and it's a platform built for readers, and you can't treat it like marketing. So I have videos all on how to get your book on, how to market, how to act on Goodreads, so you can watch those. Libraries tend to be harder than most authors think because libraries don't discover books, they evaluate them. Thus, if you want libraries to be your strategy, one, you're probably going to have to go on Ingram or another major book distribution site because that's where they tend to purchase their books. You must have really good, clean metadata and professional formatting. You must have an ISBN consistency. So if you made a mistake earlier in trying to shift around, that causes problems. And it must have some design signals. So you must be getting some reviews and interest. So that could be more of a downstream strategy for most. Often they will purchase multiple books at one go, which is excellent. But the main purpose of getting your book in the library is to get more reader fans. And it's going to help more if you have a larger back catalog, so more books for sale. So that could be a strategy you take later. But again, it's something you need to consider now. Algorithms don't reward hope, they reward activity. Publishing your book itself doesn't create visibility or very little. The signals around it do. Could be early reviews, could be engagement, could be sales momentum, which is what we all need. And it can be external traffic coming from other sites into, let's say, for example, Amazon to purchase your book. And how to do that? Well, I have other videos for that here, but I want to give you some examples. BookBub promotions, newsletter swaps, and more. You can do something really good with this. Coordinated author campaigns can be free, of course, and those are also very good ways if you're starting to build an author community. And you don't need everything here, so don't worry so much that, oh my God, I have to have a multi-year marketing plan that's going to libraries, bookstores, going wide to globally with all these sites. You can actually do this step by step. Now, publishing is a marathon, so you don't have to sprint the entire way. You can actually chunk it out into sections and maybe eventually downstream, let's say libraries and bookstores, or what you want to do because you need early readers, early reviews, and so on. So don't worry about that. But these are very key decisions you need to make at the start to give you that flexibility in the future. Don't worry that you're going to make or break yourself on one book. It is a progression, and you're going to learn more for each successive launch how to do it. Fortunately, I'm here for you at every step, and I can't wait to discover what you're publishing next. If you happen to like these videos, click like and subscribe. Happy writing.